Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and yeah, if you're new to Everything Aish, welcome. Subscribe, join the fam, you know, all that good stuff. So this is episode 2 of Everything Life with Everything Aish, and today we're talking about dealing with a breakup and loving yourself. Before we get into this, make sure you guys have, you know, grabbed a cup of tea because it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be interesting.
Stevie BB. Now rockin' with the best. Boy, don't you leave me on red. I'ma tell you one last time, stop playing with me. You know bad bitch don't come for free. You now rockin' with the best. Boy, don't you leave me on red. I'ma tell you one last time, stop playing with me and let's go. Let's go.
Now, before we get into this, let me just reiterate, right? When I say dealing with a breakup and loving yourself, this isn't relationship specific. This could be breaking up with friendship. This could be just if you've fallen out with anyone. It could be your friend, could be relationship breakup, could be family. It just could be any situation. It's very non-specific. So obviously, listen, breakups aren't nice things at all. In any situation, it might be a relationship when you've been close for how many years, it might be a friendship. This isn't necessarily like a kind of drift away type thing, because drifting is natural, drifting is healthy, and drifting is very mutual between two people. And when you drift away, and it's no hard feelings, like if you guys were to speak again there wouldn't be an issue, but this breakup in terms of something kind of went wrong and you guys have had to go your separate ways, or something wasn't right, and then one of you or both of you decided, yeah, it's not a thing anymore. So I think first of all, it's really important to, if ever you are in a situation, to gather the reasons why. I think that is like first basis of anything, is to know the reason why you're in this situation. Was it your decision? Was it their decision? Was it a mutual decision? Was it something that was been brewing for a while? Was it something like a spur of the moment type? What was the cause? Why did it happen? If it's a relationship, what was it? Was it, you know, did they cheat? Did they lie? Was it a mutual decision? Was there something that wasn't right? The vibes weren't there anymore. A loss of love? Was it, you know, religion? Like what is the reason?
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
It's very important to establish foundations before you can then move on to like decipher what happens next. If the reason is something that's like unsolvable, if it's something that needs both of you to take time from each other, I think that's one thing I do encourage straight from anything. Take time from each other. No call, no text, no snap, no Insta DM, no tweet. Just guys, take time from each other. Have that space for yourself so you can gather your thoughts. Gathering your thoughts when you're still in the presence of the person, you still have contact with someone, is very, very difficult, because how they could be treating you in that situation, if it's very positive, could cloud your judgment. I think it's very good to just have good space. You guys can both think about a situation and then you guys can come together and have a productive conversation. Having conversations in the hype of emotions can lead to very negative outcomes. And having conversations when the two of you have gone away to think and you guys have, you know, calmed down if, you know, emotions were high, those conversations can be very, very, very productive, coming from someone who's been in that situation. Because I feel like when emotions are high, people start to say things or do things that they wouldn't say normally. And here's the thing, many people don't know how to communicate when they are high in emotion. Many people use being high in emotion as an excuse to talk to people anyhow, and they expect their message to be delivered. Now, listen, if you're one of those people, I'll tell you now, the Wi-Fi and the signal's not working, your message will not be delivered, because all the person is going to receive from you is that you're angry and you're throwing insults or you're attacking them. They're not going to try to hear what you actually want to say. So if you're one of those people that's really bad at communicating when emotions are high and you can't differentiate between effective communication and straight up anger and throwing jabs, take time for yourself, all right? Take time. And you know what, yeah? Hold on. It's okay to say, do you know what? I need to come away from this for a second. I need to gather my thoughts, and then I feel like I will come back and I'll be ready to speak to you, because the way I want to speak to you right now, I don't think it's gonna be very respectful. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna come back and we can have this conversation. I think that's really good in terms of like, because you've communicated, you've come here and you've said, listen, I'm not in the right space right now. What I say may not be exactly how I want to say it, so let me just take a couple minutes for myself, maybe take some time for myself. Then when I come back, you know, we can have like a good conversation. The first step of communication, once you're over that and you've got over that hill and you guys between you have, you know, have gone your separate ways in like a good manner, then you'll continue your life in a happy way. Now, not everyone will get this chance. Some people will not have the chance to come back and have a conversation. Some people will leave, you get cut off, you cut them off, and that is that. And it's going to leave from a space of anger. So this is when you need to kind of kickstart the loving yourself process from there, because you don't get that, you know, communication time, which is fine. So we move. So in the spout of loving yourself. So I always say, and I say this to everyone, you can't expect someone to love you if you don't know how to love yourself. And when you start to love yourself, and when you start to believe in yourself, and when you start to, you know, believe in your source and all those things there, that is when people will then start to come and people will start to love you. Fact. Right. Now, loving yourself is a process. It takes time. It's not an overnight situation. It's not, you can't wake up the next day and be like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, like it's fine, you know? No. In order to love yourself, you need to take time for yourself. You need to, whether it could be get to know yourself again. You need to treat yourself. You need to know what you like and you don't like. You need to, it's like being a new person and getting to know you. You need to do that for yourself. I don't know if that makes sense. But only when you've been okay with being alone will you be able to build good relationships with other people. Be it new friendships, be it new relationships, etc. Because if you're coming from like a fresh situation of you've just lost a friend, you've lost your boyfriend, your girlfriend, etc., mentally you're not going to be in a good place to let people in the way that you'd want to. And people aren't going to get to know the real you. They're going to get to know someone who's just been hurt from a situation, and you could be like you won't be yourself like all the way, if that makes sense. And there's only so many ways that you can pretend before someone calls you out and be like, hold on, this ain't you. Because once you get to that stage and you're like, do you know what, like I'm okay, it's like you turn on this magnet switch and people just come flying, friends and relationships and all these things. Trust. Whew. I think with family it's a bit different, because obviously family, you have that connection. Yeah, because then you are related, you're blood related. No matter how many times you may argue or fight, at the end of the day, you can't cut your family. Do you know what I mean? So in that situation, I feel like it's different, because that is when communication is the most important. Because with friends, with relationships, you don't have to carry on communication. You don't. Like, you could cut ties and you go separate ways. Like, they were a stranger to you at some point. But your family they've never been strangers to you. They've known you maybe your whole life, or, you know, for a very long time. And you can't cut off your family. You always have a connection with your family. Always. Right? So family is when the communication side is at its most important. That's when you guys need to, you know, suck it up and have that conversation. And having these conversations isn't always easy, because it's when you start to realize that maybe there wasn't just one issue. There could have been 2 or 3 issues that maybe you kept quiet about, or there may have been issues and you just realized, hold on, I didn't really like this, so this is my time to now come and tell you in a way that's effective for both of us. Like, I've had that conversation with someone, and after a whole spout of emotions and you guys fall out and there's hate, and you come back and you actually have a really, really honest conversation, and you yourself, you start to admit to things that, you know, maybe I was wrong here, maybe I shouldn't have done this, and I shouldn't have said this. This isn't how I should have behaved. And you guys are able to have, you know, good communication. And honestly, you'll feel so much better after just getting everything off your chest. Like a massive weight will be lifted. And you may even, with friendships, sometimes it's difficult because a lot of friendships do run their course, and that is that. And sometimes with friendships, depends on the violation or depends on how you got to that point. Some things aren't forgivable, and I'll come to that. But if it comes to a relationship, that could be the start of you guys thinking, do you know what, maybe us, the relationship doesn't work, but we could try this new route of being friends. It works. You can be guys, you can be friends with your ex, not every day, like hate and be spouting and like grow up. Like you can be an adult and you guys can be friends, like, do you know what I mean? But in terms of a friendship, I feel like you need to be strict with, like, in the whole process of loving yourself, you need to be very, very strict on what you do and don't allow in your life. And this is the place where you decide to figure it out. Because let's say your relationship ended because someone did something bad to you, or you were disrespected, or this or that. You now need to set pace for yourself for the future. In the process of loving yourself, you need to realize, okay, in the future and when things happen later, what am I going to and what am I not going to allow in my life? If you're saying, I'm never going to allow someone to disrespect me and think it's okay for them, or disrespect me and they don't know they've done wrong, like, I'm not going to allow these things in my life, then you need to set pace for the future. You need to be strict with yourself. If someone does that to you, then that is room for you to be like, do you know what? This isn't healthy for my space. I don't need this. And that's fine. Like, no one's gonna, you know, hate you for valuing what you want in your space. It's your space at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? Everyone has so many great things about them that they probably haven't realized, or they just haven't learned about themselves, which is fine. But that period of self-love, that's the time. That's the time to, you know, figure out things that you liked before that you'd want to carry on. That's the time to start new passions. That's the time to treat yourself. That's the time to just do things for you. And hopefully in doing so, you will be able to move on from various situations and even form better situations in the future. And yeah, and before, you know, we wrap this up, situations aren't permanent. And let's say you're dealing with a breakup, relationship, friend, family, whatever, it's not permanent. Like, your emotion in that moment isn't permanent. And I know sometimes people feel like they're never gonna get over it. You know, you loved that person, like that was your friend, like from early, you know, that was your boyfriend, that was your girlfriend, and you had such love for this person, and you don't know if you can carry on without them in your life, and you're going through this and that, you won't be able to survive. And like, I promise you, the light at the end of that tunnel is shining, and it's shining very, very, very well. Like, once you know, get over the hill, you will see light and colour like you have never ever seen before. Like, no situation is permanent, it's only temporary. And it's hard to get out of that situation, but once you get out of it, boy, you are going to be happy. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Comment down below if you have topics you want me to touch on. If you have just opinions, like, talk to me in the comments, guys. Follow my socials, they will be at the end on the screen. And I will see you guys next time on Everything Live with Everything Aish. Please be safe, practice social distancing, be responsible within this time, and yeah, bye guys.
You got a fella that you want. Say yeah. Need some old school love. Say yeah. Put your hands up in the air. Let him know that you care.